Good evening. This is Gary Campbell along with my wife Gayla Campbell, welcoming you back to our program From the Heart. We are excited to share our guest, friend, Billie Downing. She is the local director of the Women's Missionary Union. She has led this organization for how many years?
I guess we're going on 15, Gary.
15 years. All right. When you began this journey years ago, you you have been able to see some of the visions of the organizations that come to pass, and what are some of the milestones for the WMU?
Oh my goodness. Well, I was doing this same office in an association I came from where there were like 33 churches total. And when I came to Lubbock, and at that time there were 90 churches, I was a little bit overwhelmed. But it's been amazing how God has we've just grown stronger and stronger, even though maybe churches don't have the organization. We're well known and throughout our association of over 100 churches
That's a
here.
lot of churches for you to be. Wow. I didn't realize it was that many. Um, so you have some events coming up, and that you would like to invite some of the women in the community to come to. What are some of those events that you have coming up?
Well, when we get to the fall months and starting a new church year, it is exciting what things that we have. And some this year we're really privileged beginning tomorrow evening, Tuesday, October the 17th at 6:30 in we will begin a 5-week training course in mentoring, woman to woman mentoring. And we're so privileged to have Candy Persall, a
Mm-hmm.
retired missionary to Tanzania, and also her co-worker there at Victory Life, Stephanie McFadden,
Mm-hmm.
who's the women's ministry. And they'll be leading this each Tuesday evening at in the Lubbock Area Association Conference Room. That's at 4207 34th Street,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be hosting them there. And then on Wednesday, they'll be doing the same program out at Victory Life Church, way out on Slide Road. We hope that all the women will come and take advantage of this training.
Now, I have not met Stephanie, but Candy and I actually grew up in a little town called McAdoo, Texas. And it's been interesting how our life has interacted through the years when she and Tim went off to, not Tim, it's Mark, isn't it? Or is it Tim? I just forgot her husband's name. Good grief, I think it's Tim. Sorry, Candy. um, that they went to Thailand and were missionaries there for years. And then she moved back to Lubbock where I was, and we connected through G&G Ministries that Gary and I are doing, and she was a speaker at one of the women's conferences. And just thought, after we grew up in GAs and we did all that stuff as kids. So it was really neat for us to be able to connect in such a way that we are both still serving God. She is a dynamic speaker. She's really wonderful. And I suspect Stephanie is too. I've heard some good things. I've not met her, though. Um, Now, that's coming up pretty quick. Um, what are some of the other activities that are coming up? Because fall is busy for you guys.
Um, just really another thing that I'm working on every year, the first Monday night of November is the Baptist Women World Day of Prayer, when Baptist women pray around the world. And it's really exciting to think that we fill our little 2 hours there and some other women in another continent take over. And this has really been a really wonderful. experience. And this year we're going to be meeting over at Greater St. James
Mm-hmm.
for that special night. Uh, they are on 117 North Mulberry in Lubbock, and really growing church. I just celebrated a big anniversary this weekend. But that night we'll be talking about arise, shine. When we rise up, he shines through. And when we arise, communities are transformed. And I'm really excited about that as we'll bring in some real needs of our community
Mm-hmm.
and pray about those as we pray for women around the world. We're getting to be more and more alike, all and our needs.
Now, I also noticed that the Women's Missionary Union was organized over 100 years ago.
Yes,
I did
that's
not
right.
realize that.
That's right. And with these women, the one that played the biggest part is Annie Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Back there in Baltimore, as she began to see the needs of the immigrants coming into Boston, as you will,
Mm-hmm.
and then she heard of the needs of the Indian children out on the reservation needing clothes, and Annie began out to try to meet some of these needs, and she soon realized that if we get women organized, we can do more.
Mm-hmm.
So she led a great and paid a great price of riding miles and whatever and writing hundreds of invitations by hand. And
Mm-hmm.
it's exciting what women have paid the price for us to stand up.
So, tell us about what really the organization does now. Tell us about the organization and how it's all formed
Okay.
with leadership and so forth.
Women's Missionary Union is, we have 5 tasks that we major on. We are to pray for missions, we're to go on mission, learn about missions,
Mm-hmm.
support it, and develop a missions lifestyle. You have to be self-starters. We can get by with a lot less. But so we have to be a lifestyle of missions and support the work of the church and the denomination. It's not a club or anything outside the church.
Mm-hmm.
It is for ministering to women, though. But we have our organization starts from the cradle up, and it's all both men and women. We begin with mission friends, GAs, RAs. Then we have we're really needing to have that slot for the Young Women's Auxiliary or YWAs, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then the women on mission, and then we adults on mission. We include the men. So we have all those. It includes the family for life.
Mm-hmm. And this is a really a joint effort with I mean, you have some people that are very significant helpers for you, don't you?
I saw the wisdom of getting a team together to
Mm-hmm.
lead with so many churches, and I'm very happy that I have a strong leadership team. Amber Jackson comes on as our president because she had that put on her, that label put on her by the African American
Mm-hmm.
community, and they named her president. So she and her husband Kenneth pastor there at New Light, and have a wonderful, wonderful ministry among the African Americans. And then I have Minerva Cortez, who's been on my team. We've worked together since I started. Minerva is a member at Parkway Hispana. She does everything, but she really leads out in Hispanic work in our area. And then Ernestine Frazier our bubbling Ernestine came on as Sisters Who Care consultant. She was the first one that I said, come on, I need help. This is a ministry of Women's Missionary Union reaching to the African American Sisters Who Care, and they're not a separate organization, they're just a ministry of WMU.
Sounds like a pretty strong team. Now you still have a couple of more that are
Yes,
on your team,
Del
right?
Lopez, the Hispanic community comes together for a time of fellowship. They call it Compañerismo, and they meet quarterly on a Sunday afternoon, and so they had a WMU as part of their whole church ministry fellowship, and that's Del Lopez has come on, and so she takes care of it there. And then I've had Aurelia Sanchez that's worked with me in every which area, but right now it's just lots of ways. She's had experience working with her budget and then working with all the youth organizations. So, and we keep growing.
Okay. I know that in the past we have visited a little bit about G&G Ministries and collaborating with some events. For example, Gayla and I teach a grief class and are teaching a class on healing hurts, and mentioned that being part of the community and with the walk and type that we know that we would be interested in collaborating because we both concerned about the community and reaching the lives of those who are hurting.
And for some reason, it just hasn't worked out for us yet. But as that comes up again and comes around, we would love to be a part of that. Let's listen to one of the songs on our CD. We're also looking forward to having a second CD in place by spring. But let's listen to It Is Well With My Soul.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control, that Christ has regarded my helpless estate, and has shed his own blood for my soul. It is well with my soul. With my soul, it is well with my soul. My sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin, not in part, but the whole.
Hi, that was Gary singing It Is Well With My Soul. Wanted to share with you guys again. We shared a little bit last week concerning some of the local churches that are going to be having some fall festivals and activities for kids, and we encourage you to seek them out and see what they have for you and for your children. Some of these will be on Monday, October the 30th, and some will be on Tuesday, October the 31st. And we had talked about how there are so many churches in this community of all religions. And I know the ones we shared with you last week were Baptist. That's because we are Baptist and we know more about those. But we will be glad to announce any activities that any of the churches have that reach out to our community. I think Gary's going to get some information from our guest today, Billie Downing, who is the local director of our WMU.
Okay, we want to get the information from Billie, and if you're interested in future events and want to get involved in the local churches, we'll give you her information. Also, our information is G&G Ministries 3 at gmail.com, or our website is gngministries.org. Billie, what is your contact information?
I have my phone, 806-785-8965, or my cell phone, 790-4771. I also have email, and you're able to reach me through the association office. They pretty well know where I am. I volunteer over there at 806. It left me.
I've got it in my
at
phone,
the
and my
Lubbock
phone's
Area
in the
Baptist Association office.
Okay, we have also mentioned before that Gayla and I teach a Healing Hurts class that is, it began on October the 2nd, 2017 at Redbud Baptist Church, and this will last for 5 weeks. And we would love for you to come, and also if you're interested in your church, contact us, and we would come to your church and do the class. This Healing Hurts deal is some people that are hurting, but the main emphasis is for those who have had hurts through churches. And maybe you don't go to church anymore because of a problem that you had, but we would love to come and visit with your church and people to help you overcome the situations and get involved in church again. Also on February the 3rd, 2018, we'll be presenting a concert with different artists and coming, and this will be the Women's Protective Services, a local shelter here in Lubbock, and cares for women in domestic violence situations. And it will be a fundraiser at Redbud, February the 3rd at, I think it's 6:30.
6:30.
6:30, and we'll have so many different people come and sing, and it'll be a great time for you to come, and then we'll just have a love offering for Women Protective Services and everything else. And if you have a company that's interested in being sponsor of this, if you'll contact us at G&G Ministries 3 gmail.com or at gngministries.org.
Now, Billie has been talking to us about the things at the Women's Missionary Union, and there's one more thing that we wanted to visit about, and that is the week of prayer that you guys have in December. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That is, we've been having this for as long as we've had WMU, because when Annie Armstrong organized the women, then soon she got a letter from Lottie Moon, who was our first missionary in China, and she said, please pray for the work in China and take an offering to send some help. So we started the Lottie Moon Christmas offering, and we precede that with a week of prayer for international missions.
We so appreciate that you have come out today and visited with us about this wonderful organization. And I know there are so many women out there that would be very blessed to be a part of it, and also to get involved in something outside of ourselves. I think that we kind of miss that a little bit. Again, her contact information is 806 785 8965 or 806 790 4771. And we are just thrilled that you joined us tonight.
Thank you for asking me.
Oh, you're very welcome. We've really enjoyed getting to know more about this organization. Those of you that are listening, we appreciate your time and that you have joined us on our program From My Heart. And we're going to close the show with another hymn, How Great Thou Art.
O Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy path throughout the universe displayed.
When through the woods and forest glades I wander, Again, our guest today was Billie Downing. She is the local director for the Women's Missionary Union. And I want to make sure that you get her information because this is a wonderful organization for ladies. And so many of us wish we had something that we could get involved in. And this would be a great organization for you to get involved in, ladies. Her contact information, again, is 806 785 8965 or also 806-790-4771. You can also contact her at the Lubbock Association, the Lubbock Baptist Association. I said that wrong. And we don't have the number in front of us, but you can certainly look it up online or in the phone book.
Here's the
And
number.
oh, we found it. 791-4442. You can also contact her through Gary and I at G&G Ministries 3 at gmail.com or through our website. You can contact us through there, which is gngministries.org. And again, we thank you so much for joining us today on the program From My Heart.